The scent of her perfume, a suffocating blend of jasmine and something intensely artificial, usually welcomed me at the door. It was her signature, a way of announcing her presence, like a queen returning to her castle. But tonight, the air was thick with a different kind of tension, a heavy, almost electric charge that made the hairs on my neck rise. She stood there, bathed in the warm glow of the hallway light, her eyes unusually bright, a manic grin stretched across her face. In her hand, she clutched a single sheet of paper, holding it up as if it were a trophy. "Look," she exclaimed, her voice a little too high, overly enthusiastic. "I got it. I finally got it." I stepped inside, setting my briefcase down. It had been a long day, and the harsh fluorescent lights at the office had left my head pounding. Still, I forced a smile, pushing aside my exhaustion. "Got what, honey?" She shoved the paper forward, practically pressing it into my chest. It was an official-looking letter, the company's logo displayed at the top, with one word standing out in bold: promotion. I skimmed over it, my stomach tightening. I knew she had been aiming for this promotion for months, sacrificing countless nights, skipping dinners, and missing family events just to secure it. I should have been happy for her. I tried to be happy for her. "Oh, Brittany, that's incredible," I said, my voice carefully laced with warmth. But I wasn't naive. I understood that this promotion wasn't just a career step. It meant more money, more recognition, and more time away from me. My gut twisted, but I swallowed my unease. I would be the good husband, the supportive partner. She practically vibrated with excitement. I knew I could do it. They finally saw my potential, finally realized how hard I'd been working. She paced the living room, her heels clicking against the wooden floor, the sharp sound grating against my already frayed nerves. I watched her closely, how her body moved, how she tossed her hair. Lately, she had been different, more radiant, almost glowing, but not in a way I remembered. It was an intense glow, like a fire burning too hot, too fast. I told myself it was just her excitement over promotion, but a nagging voice in the back of my mind whispered something else. I reached for the letter again, pretending to study it. "So, what does this involve exactly? More responsibilities, I assume?" She stopped pacing, her eyes gleaming. "Oh, it's much more than that. It's a project manager role. I'll be leading an entire new team. I'll be working directly with—" She hesitated, her gaze shifting away. "Well, with some very important people." I nodded, my eyes still on the letter. Something felt off. My gaze dropped to the bottom of the page, to the small block of text where the company's details were printed. My breath hitched. "Brittany," I said, my voice suddenly cold, stripped of all emotion. "Look at the date." She scoffed, waving off my concern. "What about it?" "That's the date they issued the promotion. What's the big deal?" My heart pounded against my ribs. I pointed at the date, my hand trembling slightly. "The date on this letter is June 12th. Today is October 15th. The room felt heavier. The smile on her face faltered, her eyes widening in dawning horror. She took a step back, her hand flying to her mouth. The letter slipped from her grasp, floating to the floor like a fallen leaf. "W, were you talking about?" she stammered, her voice barely a whisper. Her face paled. "The letter, it's 4 months old. Why are you only showing it to me now? Why didn't you tell me about this months ago? Why didn't we celebrate then?" I lifted my gaze to hers, my voice firm, unyielding. "This isn't a promotion, Brittany. This is a lie." Her carefully crafted facade shattered. Panic flickered across her face, replacing the confidence she had exuded just moments earlier. She opened her mouth, desperate to explain, but no words came out. I knelt down, picking up the letter, holding it up for her to see. 4 months, Brittany. For months you've been deceiving me, acting like you were still chasing this promotion, but you had it all along. What does that mean? What has really been happening these past 4 months? She took another step back, her eyes darting around as if searching for an escape. I can explain," she whispered, her voice trembling. I stood up, my anger settling into something cold, heavy. "Explain? Explain how you could lie to me for 4 months? Explain the late nights, The hush phone calls, the new clothes, the change in you? Explain why I suddenly feel like I don't even know the woman I've been married for 8 years. My voice rose, each word slicing through the thick silence like shattered glass. You've been spending all this time away from me. You said it was for the promotion. You've been lying to my face every single day, every single night. Her lips parted, and finally, she found her voice. A frantic plea erupted from deep within her throat. No, it's not what you think. You don't understand. Oh, I think I understand just fine, Brittany. My voice was laced with icy certainty. You've been caught, and now you're grasping at straws, scrambling to weave another lie. But you're a terrible liar, and the proof is right here. I strode toward the fireplace, placing the letter on the mantelpiece, securing it beneath a small decorative trinket. Stepping back, I observed it for a moment before shifting my gaze to Brittany. Her entire frame trembled, her facade collapsing. It's pitiful, really, watching you unravel like this. You spent months scheming, meticulously crafting your deception, only to make a foolish mistake. I tilted my head, feigning curiosity. Why bring that letter home, Brittany? Why be so careless? Her face crumpled, eyes brimming with unshed tears. She took a tentative step forward, reaching for me. Please, just listen. I recoiled instantly, disgust bubbling in my throat. I don't want to hear it, Brittany. I refuse to hear another word of your deceit. My voice was a low growl. You shattered my trust, and I doubt I'll ever be able to forgive you for that. For a while, I questioned my instincts. I told myself I was overthinking. But then you handed me this letter, and now I see everything clearly. A sharp, jarring sound cut through the tension. The phone rang. Brittany remained frozen, paralyzed in place, her wide eyes fixed on me, radiating terror. But there was something else flickering in them, something I couldn't quite decipher. Without hesitation, I walked past her, snatching the phone from the counter. Hello? A firm voice responded. Hello. This is Mr. Thompson from Human Resources. Is this Mr. Harrison? My grip tightened around the phone. Yes, this is he. We regret to inform you that your wife, Brittany Harrison, has been terminated from her position due to a serious violation of company policy. I glanced at Brittany. Her lips parted in stunned silence. She had heard everything. Her entire world was crumbling in real time. Maintaining a composed tone, I asked, what exactly was a violation? The HR representative exhaled. It has come to our attention that she has been misusing company resources for personal benefit. Additionally, we have solid evidence of her falsifying documents and engaging in an inappropriate relationship with one of our senior managers. My eyes locked onto Brittany's pale face. The color had drained entirely, leaving her resembling a hollowed-out specter. She stood motionless, barely breathing. I straightened my posture, keeping my voice steady. I understand. Thank you for the update. Ending the call, I set the phone down on the counter and turned to face her, my expression devoid of warmth. It looks like your web of lies has finally unraveled, Brittany. I let the words sink in, savoring the weight of them. They know everything. The deceit, the secrets, the countless nights spent away, all of it. The first tear slipped down her cheek, soon followed by another, cascading in silent, desperate streams. Her voice quivered, barely a whisper. No. I remained unmoved. Yes, Brittany, this is real, and it's only the beginning. Reaching into my pocket, I pulled out my phone and opened the camera. Turn around. Her eyes widened in alarm. She shook her head frantically. No. What are you doing? Her voice cracked, bordering on hysteria. The world deserves to know. My tone was cold, unyielding. They need to see who you truly are. She buried her face in her hands, her sobs escalating into uncontrollable wails. I wanted the best for us, she choked out between gasps. I just wanted more. I stepped closer, my stare piercing through her. More. My lips curled into a sneer. Is that why you deceived me? Why you betrayed me? You wanted more money, more status, more deception. I scoffed. Pathetic. I lifted the phone and pressed record, capturing her in her rawest moment. exposed, ruined, her carefully constructed world in ruins. With methodical precision, I uploaded the video across every social media platform, tagging her name, her company, letting the truth unravel for all to see. I hope it was worth it, Brittany, I murmured, slipping my phone back into my pocket. Without another word, I grabbed my briefcase, straightened my shoulders, and walked toward the door. I didn't look back.